She stared at it with utter bewilderment. Morganix raised her eyes to see a rough-looking mercenary, an arrow notched, ready to pierce her heart. At that moment, the hilt began to speak to her. In a state of panic, Morganix couldn't later recall. Mute the audio, and bada bing, bada boom.
Fart noises.
Yay!
Look at that. We are back. Sorry for the delay there. There were a few technical things that I had to figure out with, you see their little name doodads down there light up when they talk. I had to fix that because that was giving me some issues. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are able to start. So a few things.
Efera's back, baby.
Yeah. That's, I think, the biggest thing is it's been a month, I think. It's really been
84 years.
Yeah.
I know. It's been really long. And as you can see,
Titanic if here.
and yeah, so it is good to be back. Finally back on Fridays. I'm very excited to be back, and I think that now we are back for the long haul. At least in the foreseeable future, I cannot see any days. But now that I said that, the universe is going to be like, hey!
You jinxed it.
Yep. I'm going to get shanked in the alley by the universe, and everything's going to be fine. And we won't be able to play for 7 years. But, just kidding. We will be able to. So there are a few things I just want to address. Alec, Kayla, that is her name, is on her way. She will be here soon, probably in the next half an hour or so. So not too late to the session. Sayla, however, is taking an extended break from the Explorers of Efera. She will be back. Not exactly sure when. It could be next week. It could be 8 weeks from now. It really just depends with some stuff, but she will be back. So in the meantime, Sayla will be role-played by me, run by them in combat, and...
I didn't know that.
Yes, except, well, probably just for the siege. If combat does happen between, that's a roll initiative type combat.
No, we're going to talk our way out of this. It's fine.
Well, we'll see what happens. But there might be some things that come up that have her go away for a while, so that way they don't have to have so much pressure of being in charge of managing her. But, big butt. Big booty, big booty, big booty. That's a
and you cannot lie.
It's a theater game. I don't think any of you guys know that game. Yeah. So no, those two immediately. Sarah will be gone. Sayla will be gone for just a little bit longer. But in the meantime, we are still here. We have Morganix, Amela. Ha ha. I said it right this time. And this time it was out of character. Funny stuff. Then we also have the Dashing Cyrus and Varnast Halmaru.
Hello.
And I sip my water. Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Something. This is actually my first stream as affiliate, which isn't that awesome. So first stream as affiliate. I do think if you do sub to the channel, whether it be tier 1 to tier 2 or tier 3, I do now have custom emojis uploaded because I found really embarrassing photos of myself or photos that I like of myself. And I made them into emojis for the chat. So if you happen to have, yes, thank you. In honor of Movember, I found a photo of myself when I was Gomez Adams in high school, when I had a mustache, and I decided to make that into an emoji for tier 1 subs. Tier 2, they get me doing something embarrassing. I forget what tier 2 is. But tier 3, if you happen to buy in for a tier 3 sub, you get my face as Santa Claus, because Halloween's over, which means it's Christmas time, at least in my eyes. I understand that's a very divisive opinion, but as somebody who is Santa, I eat a dick, I guess, it's Christmas.
Jesus.
There aren't any kids around. I'm free to be Santa right now. Nobody's stopping me.
You don't know that?
I guess I don't know that. There are 6 viewers in chat. So.
Yeah, there you go. Apologize.
I'm sorry. How could you? No! I've offended Lisa. Well, now I need to quit. All right, guys, I'm out of the
Are you
game.
stalling or something? Like,
Is it what
No,
now?
it's good. It's gonna be one of those things. Like you've said, eat a dick. It's gonna come back in like 3 years. One of those Twitter scandals. How dare he?
Yeah, one of these
Cancel
days,
him.
I'm gonna be running for public office.
Oh gosh.
That'd be terrible. I couldn't imagine. You want to be Santa, and you said it's not that I want to be Santa. It's I am. I am. If you buy a tier 3 sub, you'll see. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that unless you really want to support the channel. Because I did want to say that with any of the money that is earned throughout the channel, that will start to go towards upgrades for the fellow players. That means getting them nice quality microphones, and then for some of the players, getting them high quality webcams or cameras, so that way we can increase that value. That's what the first bit of money is going to go towards, not just for me. Ooh, but real quick, I
did not know this.
Yeah. But first, I just have a missed call from my wife. So let me go ahead and call her back.
Hey Morganix, how about you summarize what happened on last episode?
Morganix and Sayla executed their mission perfectly with no setbacks.
To sabotage the Hellfire Cannon.
Yep. It went perfectly.
And you killed a guy.
No, that didn't happen.
I'm pretty sure you stabbed him. My memory must be getting bad. Never mind.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
Okay. All right. Hello. Sorry, I am back. She was just calling me to let me know that she's on her way home, so she should be home. Be here in about 45 minutes, which is good. So, I heard you summarize the important parts, right? That Morganix and Sayla accomplished a mission. They did it perfectly. No mess ups.
Yep.
No frig ups.
Nope.
And,
No one died.
No one died. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No one died. Okay. So let me go ahead and unmute this. There we go. That's the music I was looking for. So, without further ado, not further delay, because that's the one thing I'm really, really good at, is delaying. Let's not enable me anymore, and let's get started. So, last we had left off, yes, survival is helpful. Last we had left off, the group of adventurers of Alec, Morganix, Sayla, Cyrus, and Varnast had been thrown into the lion's den of absolute terribleness, where all of you, from the start of your time in Efera, a place that was supposed to be somewhere where you could go to make a new life for yourself, to escape the intensity and darkness of your past lives, or to find new purpose, you thought that this would be the place where you could go to fix all of that and start fresh and find answers. But the opposite has happened. You have only found anguish, despair, and, in one warlock's case, so many levels of regret. Yes! So, all of you now, after the long and arduous journey that has been trying to discover the secret of Baralo and Baramichi and the tales of Nibiru, trying to discover what it was, you find that the city does exist. You find that it's not just full of gold and jewels and knowledge, but it is the heart of what connects Efera to nature, what connects them to the gods of old. Upon discovering of that knowledge, you are thrust out of that temple and dropped into the middle of a civil war, a revolution between those oppressors who would wish to take the natives of Efera and crush them underneath their boot, and those who, without your help, will be destroyed. So, that is where we had left off, where all of you had been in the city of All's Crossing. This final place where natives and coats, the colonists, could be together and cooperate. And you are now attacked from the north, and you know troops are heading from the south to try and end this rebellion, to squash it, and most importantly, eradicate any type of rebellion at all. But the 5 of you will not let that stand. You've planted your feet in the ground, you have built your traps, you have done everything and anything you could in order to make this battle fair. Anything from building traps, punji pits, to rolling log traps, anything that could be hidden in nature to thin out troops. Cyrus going deep into the jungle with the words of Emeriel, and discovering that apparently he wears what's called the Crown of Chaos. No idea what that means, but it's something. And then on top of that, those 4 stone golems, those guardians, they now pledge to fight for him. Varnast communing with his gods, Sayla doing anything and everything she can quietly to prep, mainly just staying out of the way as not to, say something that she would regret to any one of her party members. And Alec preparing all those traps. Sayla and Morganix, just recently, the night before, they had went to the camp, the forward camp of the forces arriving from the north. There they went to disable what is called a Hellfire Cannon, something that channeled the energies from the 9 hells and hurled it out. And, well, quite frankly, that could have been the thing that ended the siege in a matter of minutes, turning the town to ash. But luckily, Morganix and Sayla, their powers combined, and with some very lucky rolls and some unlucky ones, they managed to disable the device for the most part, but they're not exactly sure if the device will still be used. So, they arrive back, everything seems fine, and then the troops from the north arrive. There is a deal from Ethos Ambrose, the seemingly commander of the troops from the north. A deal that says, if you lay down your arms and open up the gates, no one will die, including these prisoners. And the prisoners that he had taken was Lapierre, the head of the Knights of the Dawn, and one other knight, almost all of the archers, any of the Wayfinders that were there. Gray Wayfinder himself was also trapped, and the small girl whose name that none of you know, but who told you to run. All of them sit there, on their knees, ready to be executed at a moment's notice. And in one final act of desperation, Cyrus steps forward, using a combination of thaumaturgy and suggestion to persuade Ethos to allow a one-on-one trial by combat. Ethos was more than happy to oblige. And when Cyrus said he would duel him himself, Ethos laughed and said, "Oh no, I think that there is someone much more worthy for you to duel." The moments immediately happening after that was a fiery portal ripping open next to him and stepping through a woman of dark brown complexion with almond-shaped eyes, wearing thin and loose clothing of a faraway land, textures and colors that are adverse to some of your eyes. As she stands there, her eyes are these fiery golden balls, and she smiles, her teeth glinting in the sun. And as she speaks, there is this accent that is unfamiliar to any of you in your travels. And she speaks about looking to Cyrus and saying, "Well, 13, it is good to see you. You know, Father always said that you are his most promising student, and I will tell you, it was hard to live up to that, but now I finally have the opportunity to prove that I am indeed better than you. So I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally have that opportunity. So Cyrus, as she speaks, and her words linger in the air, your companion's looking to you with shock and concern. She speaks out to you, and Ethos looks to you, big grin on his face, and he says, "Well, what say you to that? Zamir, think that's a pretty good deal."
Sounds divine, darling. Definitely not a fuck up on my end. Sounds great. And he kind of just goes, shit.
Alrighty. So all of you can see, as I said last time, Cyrus he does seem grounded, right? He doesn't seem woozy at all. He doesn't seem as light and as flamboyant. He seems very grounded and very conscious of everything that's happening around him. There is no dulling to his senses, and that's something that Varnast is immediately obvious for you, but Morganix is also noticeable to you, having known him for so long.
Alarming.
Just a moment to prepare. I need to stretch and limber up. You know how it is.
You can see Ethos smile as the woman paces back and forth, very impatiently. And he looks to her, and he looks back to you, and he says, "Very well. I'll give you 15 minutes. Meet her on the bridge then. Just you. If not, this will end very differently."
Oh, of course you know me. I'm a man of my word.
All right. Make a deception check. Just a. Okay, yeah, all right. You're far enough away, you can't really read any of your features at all. He just kind of.
Yeah, like to everyone else, I'm doing the internally screaming eyes.
Alrighty, so as you head back away, Varnast, you can see Morganix, you're outside of the gate right now, so you can't really see.
Can I, descend the tower and run over to him?
Well, because that tower is outside of the gates.
Shit. Yeah, I may have misunderstood how this was going to go down when I picked my spot. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, if you wanted to get back inside the gate, you could do that in a half an hour. If that's.
I don't think we wanted anyone outside the gate because with 500 troops coming, they're just gonna be easy picking. So I think we kind of abandoned the towers and we just left our archers over here. So yeah, we definitely want you inside.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna haul ass inside.
Okay, all right. We'll have those archers right there, and then you can be right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Look at that crowded gate. The stone golems were staying outside, though. Pretty sure I remember that.
Yes,
okay,
they are.
Which they still haven't moved, right? So they still just look like...
No, they just look like stationary statues.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Organics, you know that they move, and as you move past, they look no different than normal stone statues.
Cool.
All right. So the three of us, all of us have gathered back up together, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe on
Alec is saying nothing to you, Cyrus. There are just... You know the turn of phrase, daggers, shooting you daggers? She's shooting you great swords right now. It is the dirtiest stare, and Sayla is just off to the corner, kind of looking out over the soldiers, and you can see her look at you every once in a while and just kind of scoff and shake her head.
It's like an internal facepalm.
Oh, yeah. She wants to call you a fucking idiot right now, but she can't. That doesn't do it justice.
Not the time.
Yeah, both of those two are fuming at you right now.
All right, Cyrus, look at me.
I may have fucked up.
Okay. So I was about to ask, what's your plan here? Should I
plan?
Not ask that?
Oh, my darling, you know me far too well for me to think I have a plan.
Varnas lowers his head and puts his hand in it. There were prisoners' lives at stake. Why did you volunteer
Listen, I know that's why I've done this. I may have a pounding headache, but I can handle this. I have not drank. I have drank approximately 4 liters of coffee. I am running very fast right now, and I'm not used to this.
Okay,
Maybe it's just the distraction we need. A couple of us could go invisible and see if there's any way to free them.
Precisely, Morganix. Now,
no.
Listen. If I need you to promise me, if this goes badly, they will attack regardless. I need you to go for the prisoners. I can handle myself. I may not have a exact plan, but I have ideas. And if this person was a lesser student, then let's be honest, I'm going to win, my dude.
We can't. Joe, where are the prisoners on the map? Where are they being Where are they being held?
They would be here. I can
over here, I would imagine.
Yeah, here. Let me go ahead and I have a token here that no. They're over here. Their token is where they are.
Yeah.
And then here I can go ahead and place Ethos and 14 for you. So Ethos is right here, and then let me go ahead and get 14's token, and I'll be right back. But she's standing right next to him.
How many soldiers are surrounding the prisoners, roughly?
I would probably say, because there's about 25 prisoners, so there's about 50 soldiers.
Yeah, sneaking around to save them is not an option.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about sneaking. If this goes badly, you rush them. Because they're, like, I mean, I I hate to say it, but if this goes badly, they're dead anyway.
Yeah, that's why we can't leave the city. This is our only defendable position. I can't rush and attack them. It's what they want.
This is why I need... Varnast, my darling, you've heard. I wear the crown of chaos. I can't lose.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Do I still... quick question, Joe. Do I still have kind of, like, the, like, purpley, like, fireflies kind of around my shoulder?
Oh, yeah, they're still hanging out and just buzzing around. Every once in a while, they sort of tap your shoulder and kind of bounce off and then bounce again. Kind of like the, like, DVD sign, you know?
I need to get it in that perfect corner.
Yeah.
Look, Cyrus, I hate to break it to you, but you're on your own. You have to win.
Trust me. I mean, I may not remember my time as a student or any memory of... 1 second. What number were you again?
No response.
She said 14. She said 14.
14. Okay. Thanks, but no thanks. I mean, I don't even remember them. So, I mean, let's be honest, they couldn't have had that much of an impact or been that impressive. Whereas, and he just gestures to himself, I'm me.
Respectfully, Cyrus, I see where you're coming from. You didn't remember Imral either, and he's very impressive.
Now, to be fair, I have been drunk for approximately 1 minute. 24 years. I'm now sober. I'm a changed man.
Hey. Look, I'm sorry. I wish there was more aid I could offer you, but I have to stay inside and defend the city from whatever they're about to throw at us.
The prisoners, are they tied in ropes or are they shackled?
They're shackled.
Of course they are.
We have to put our faith in Cyrus that he'll win this. There's no other choice here.
Do you have any bucks you can give him? Is there anything we can do to give him an advantage? Who cares? She's gonna cheat.
Listen. Oh no, she's absolutely right. Anything I can cheat, I will. And like as he says that, he like flicks a wrist and like a load of ace cards come out of his sleeve.
But you... against another magic user, I have nothing that will be helpful.
I just need to do it the old-fashioned way, as in, like,
Of course, she
embrace
feels-
chaos. I'll have you know, my chaos has proved very successful. I just hope I don't, burn down this town.
Well, just remember, aim everything that way. And he points away from the town towards where they are.
I'm afraid that is a promise I cannot keep.
Look, just win. I've seen what you're capable of. You are immensely talented. Just kill her. Don't let her get in your head or whatever.
Oh, no. I need her to know that I am her superior. Trust me, she will concede.
Cyrus, now is really not the time for games. I need you to just kill her, so hopefully we can get the prisoners back.
I assure you, I will do my very best.
I'm going to choose not to incite that. I'm going to choose to believe him.
Morganax is just gonna give him a hug. You got this, okay? You can do it.
Alec is going to approach you, and she's going to put a hand on your shoulder and then a fist to her heart. And she's going to say, "Today is not the day that you return to the mud, Cyrus. You will make it out of this." Well, touch her arm, and Sayla will come over and kind of kick you in the back of the calf and say, "Don't fuck up!" and then walk away.
I didn't see her come over here.
No, you
She's
didn't.
So quiet.
It's because
She's
I'm
so
good.
quiet.
It's because I'm good. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, Paylor, Christ, whatever. All right, she walks away.
So,
All right, Cyrus, you got this.
okay. And he kind of like slaps his face like a bunch of times, and then takes a shot from his hip flask and says, "No, it's coffee. It's coffee. I swear."
I wasn't going to stop you regardless.
And he kind of takes off his kind of signet ring and passes it and says, "If I don't make it out of this, make sure it goes to slush. I don't give a shit," and walks out the gate.
Who am I supposed to... Oh. Farnas is just holding this ring. He doesn't even know who he's supposed to give it to. Varnas really quickly looks over to Alec. I mean, you believe that, right? He's got this, right? You know him better than I do.
I think so, yes. It is odd that he does not smell of wine. I think something has changed.
Varnas will go up to his spot on the top of the tower for a better view.
All right. Okay, all right. So Cyrus, you walk up to the bridge and you can see that she is standing on the other end of it. She is about 40 feet away from you. She is standing there pacing like a tiger in a cage. And she eventually, sort of as you begin to take your first few steps on the bridge, she stops and looks at you like she's found her mark. "So, tell me, 13, were you ever taught in the art of the duel?"
Sorry, number 7. And he kind of smirks.
Your humor's lost on me.
I don't believe that. We were students together, you know me. I don't know, evidently you've had no impression on me whatsoever. But clearly you remember me.
I only know you from your portrait. I know that he cried over you because
And was
you
it
were his
dashing what it
biggest
was?
failure. Because he
No.
messed up. The wrong alchemical ingredients, the wrong procedure turned you into what you are. And he vowed to never make that mistake with me. Although you had more innate ability, I was twice the warrior you are.
Do I sense a tinge of jealousy there, darling?
I am not jealous.
I don't know about that.
I am angry. I am mad at you. I am mad at him. And frankly, I am glad that he got what he deserved. I am happy the Governado saw clarity, that he was a snake, and only ever cared about himself, not for those who he worked for.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Oh!
Yeah, there is... she's not... It doesn't seem like she's trying to stoke you. It seems like she is... She doesn't hide anything. She is speaking truthfully.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, Emriel, he's far stronger than you. I'm pretty sure he can make it out rather easily.
If that is what you wish to believe, then believe it.
No, I don't believe it. I know it, darling. Please, don't humor me. Your jokes would only fall flat like that ghastly outfit.
I am tired of words. And she takes a step closer. And another step. So then I take it you are not taught in the ways of the duel.
Evidently, my weapon is my mouth. Only, I don't think you've had any of that in a while either.
And you can see her, her hair is just starting to begin to lick with flame a little bit more, and her eyes are starting to glow a little bit brighter, as you can now see her veins start to grow in intensity as well, starting to shed light of their own. As, I mean, almost you can see steam coming out of her nose with every exhale. Very well. So, if you don't wish to know the rules, then you can figure it out on your own. So with that, I wish you the best of luck embracing the weave with no knowledge of how it works. And you can see her exhale, and with each inhale and exhale, the steam and heat increases in intensity around her. And you can see that all around her there is this just almost like visible static energies just sort of, but that are almost like sparks of flame all around her. And as she begins to focus more and more and more, you can see that there are these like fabric tassels tied around her ankles that begin to, the edges of them begin to glow red hot. And she begins to take one small step and another small step and another one until they turn into large running paces, until eventually, before you know it, she is on top of you. And as she is right in front of you, you can see her fist begin to glow with this red hot energy and almost be like coated in stone as the fist comes up and boom, punches you in the stomach. So that is a 16 to hit just right off the bat.
Yes.
Okay, so that is 3 points of bludgeoning damage and then 8 points of fire damage. So as she punches you, you can feel those 3 little fireflies, the 3 little blips of purple. As soon as you get hit, you can see them recoil with you. And with that, one falls on one shoulder, the other on the opposite, and then one falls on the back of your neck, and you feel this connection. There's no voice, there's no image, just a feeling. You can feel all your friends behind you. You can feel the punch that is directly in contact with your stomach. The bludgeoning energy cutting into your intestines. The flame like burning off parts of your skin and singeing into your clothing. And you can feel the energy. That magic that is coursing through her is the same that's coursing through you. You feel a connection to it. Something that ties anything and everything together. Not just magic, but all things. Being this close to such a high source of that energy, you feel something click in you. Something that tells you, you, in this moment, are capable than so much more than you thought you could be. So, with that, thus begins our duel. So, how this is going to work, Cyrus, just so you know, right? She is right on top of you right now. And she just punched you in the stomach, all right? So how this is going to work is there's not really going to be initiative. It's going to be popcorn initiative, which just means as you have an idea, you do it, okay? And then if I say something in reaction, it just happens. And there are very few limits to the things that you can do. In this moment, with the guidance of those fireflies, you are in tune with the weave. And you can bend it and use it as if you were a master of all and any arcana. But you have the feeling you two share the same connection. So can she. So, with that punch into you, what do you want to do in response?
So, instantly I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay. Not expending a spell slot. You just channel into the weave, and there, 3 mirror images of you appear right in front of her, and she sort of recoils, pulls back, and looks at them.
As you remember, darling, I don't know if you know, but I wear the crown of chaos. And with that, each of them is going to mimic my action, and I'm going to throw a punch back, but I'm going to channel a magic missile into my fist.
Okay. Alrighty, very cool. So you channel the fist and boom, go to slam it into her. Go and roll for an attack.
Do you mean to roll an attack with that, or just do the magic missile damage?
Oh, that's right. No, the magic missile damage. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I forget that magic missile is so cool.
Damn.
Hey.
Okay. Alrighty. 13 points of damage. Okay. So with that punch, slams into her in her face, and as she recoils from the bludgeoning energy of your fist and of the magic missile energy that you were throwing at her, you can feel that energy begin to channel, and as she recoils, you can see her lip is slightly bleeding, and she says, "You do not wear the crown of chaos. You are not befitting of that title." And she is going to stomp both of her feet and just erupt this giant pillar of flame underneath you. So, with Mirror Image, how do dexterity saving throws work?
That is actually a very good question. I don't know how attacks work. Let me just look at Mirror Image just to make sure.
It's possible to action. Creature.
I don't think it changes anything, but I could be wrong on that.
Dexterity 10 plus your dexterity modifier. It ignores all other damage and effects. Oh, they all die. Spell ends when all 3 duplicates. Because what's their ace or what's their HP? They just have.
They don't have HP. If they just take damage, I think they die.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, you conjured that mirror image, and as she conjures that pillar of flame, it destroys the bridge underneath you as you can hear it like broiling up from the ground underneath the bridge, breaking out of the river and shooting up into you. It actually sends you flying up like 50, 60 feet up into the air. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, unless you have something in rebuttal to that.
No. I'm gonna just kind of hope that I save me. You know what? Yes, I'm going to bend luck and get advantage on this.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
Well, it's a bonus die actually. Ignore me.
When another creature you can see makes an attack roll, same direction. You spend 2 sorcery points. Roll 1d4. Okay. Alrighty. Cool. So you get sent flying up into the air. You can roll a d4 to add to that.
Oof.
Lucky 13.
13. Okay. That is enough.
I mean,
for
it's my number.
This for 9. Okay. So you take 6 points of fire damage, 11 points of fire damage reduced to 5. As the pillar of flame shoots up, you manage to like turn over it so that way when it hits you, it just hits mostly your clothing. And on top of being as a tiefling, don't you have resistance to fire?
Yep.
Yes, okay. Alrighty. So even that, it doesn't affect you as much. As you're sent up flying into the air, you are now kind of just like slowly beginning to descend down as you can see her crouch and then jump up towards you as this like flame is just shooting out of those tendrils of cloth hanging off her ankles as she now coming up towards you in the air. What are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of land as like, darling, that's very rude. As you know, his experiments helped me, and he's gonna like, point at her and say, "Let's see how you fare," and cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, alrighty, sounds good. So as she runs up towards you, beginning to dart up through the air, you cast Hellish Rebuke. So go ahead and roll that there damage.
Not bad.
Okay, alrighty, cool. So that is 17 points of fire damage. So that is reduced to. That's reduced to 8. Okay, so as she is like coming up towards you, after the flame hits you, as some of it's still trailing up after you, you take some of that flame and just shoot it back into her face, and you can see it does disorient her as it slams into her eyes, and she slowly gets some of the momentum taken away from her as she slowly begins to fall a little bit, as you are now falling down after her. Something else you want to do? You've stunned her.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my Tiefling free action, and as she's kind of slowed and dropped, I'm going to cast Darkness on her.
Okay, alrighty.
So I'm going to drop Darkness exactly where she stands.
Okay, so she had just jumped up 10 feet, casting Darkness right below her as she begins to fall back down, and you are now falling after her. She is trapped in this darkness as you eventually land back down on the ground. Now, unless you do anything to stop yourself, you are just immediately slamming into the ground, and you're gonna end up taking that 4d10 bludgeoning damage from the height you're falling from.
You know what? I've got an idea. I'm gonna throw up a mage hand to try and catch me.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. What's the weight limit on mage hand?
Not me.
5 pounds.
Like, all I need it to do is slow me. 10 pounds.
I'm sorry.
Okay. We'll say it's 5 pounds. Okay. So
yeah, like if it can like just push me, even.
Oh well, actually, that is a good point. Thank you. By the way, everybody, Alec is here now. So what happened is when that flame erupted, it erupted from underneath the ground, underneath the bridge. So as you're falling back down, you were actually falling into the water through the hole that was made in the bridge. So you slam down. I'll say that the the mage hand will reduce it by a d10. It'll reduce a d10 of it. So you slam down and the water will reduce another d10, but it's still landing on a surface with the rock underneath it. So 2d10. Yeah, it is big enough. It was big enough to hit him, so yeah. Slams down, so that'll be just 2d10 damage, and you get a dex saving throw as you are falling, trying to cover your blow as much as you can. Oh
dear.
Okay. So that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ground, or into the water, just sploosh. And you can hear her, as you sort of come up back from the water, you can hear her on top of the, on top of the bridge, just sort of scattering around, saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" And she slams her, you can hear her slam her fists into the bridge, and more flame erupts, and as more wood cracks, it begins to fall down on top of you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna actually stay in the water and come from underneath and cast a thunder chromatic orb.
Okay. Okay, that is a hit. As you channel out the thunder, it shoots out towards where you know she's at, where she was channeling that energy. So, go ahead and roll your damage for that. Oh! Holy shit. 17 points of damage. Alrighty. 17 points of damage. Very cool.
And as soon as that kind of... I'm going for kind of like a discombobulation with it. Like, I want to just kind of stun her rather than like, you know what I mean.
Okay, then as opposed... Okay, yeah. I'll say go ahead and make a charisma check. So trying really hard to channel this energy and turn it into something more than what it is. Which, with how the weave is acting around you, the magic that is feeding off of you right now, that is definitely possible to alter that in the slightest. Okay, yeah. So as you do, on top of the immediate damage that it's doing to her eardrums and to her bones, you can see that as you pull up. Well, you can hear that she stopped moving. She's still surrounded by darkness, but you can hear that she stopped moving. She's just sort of like scraping at the wood, trying to maybe find you, trying to get out of the darkness, find a way out, as she wasn't able to finish destroying the bridge all the way. So she's stunned. What are you doing?
I'm going to go from behind her while she's still confused, stunned, and in the darkness, and bear hug her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, darling, I don't wear the crown of chaos. I am chaos. And I'm going to use Tides of Chaos, and I'm going to shocking grasp her.
Okay. Oh my god. All right. Very cool. All right. Shocking grasp. We'll go ahead and say, well, she's kind of stunned right now, so there's not even a thing for that. There's not a roll, and on top of using the Tides of Chaos right now, that is going insane. So with that, I'd actually like you to roll 2 D100s for me.
Do you want 2 separate D100s?
2 separate D100s, yes.
Oh, those are both very high, which I don't know if that's good or not, but... Higher's usually good.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at these.
In before the duelist stopped short, because I turned into a potted plant.
That would be disappointing.
Okay, so immediately you regain all expended sorcery points.
Ow.
And you can cast Fly on one random creature within 60 feet.
Shit, okay.
Or on one creature of your choice, sorry.
In that case, while I'm still... Well, after I shock her, I'm flying on me, and I'm carrying her up the air.
Okay, there we go. You grab her, like bear hug her, discharge the energy. Go ahead and roll for that damage. Let's not forget
I'm going
that.
to roll the attack just to get the damage thing up.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's nasty! Alright. Okay, and then the damage?
Mazel tov.
Ooh. All right, 7 points of damage. Still not bad. Alrighty, so you grab her, discharge, and you fly up, holding her. And as you begin to fly up, you get maybe 40, 50 feet up. She finally regains consciousness, and you can just see her grab, like, kind of turn around in your arms away from the bear hug, grab onto your head, like cusping her hands right around your ears, and you can feel her fingernails just begin to heat up red hot and begin to dig into your skull. So that is a 17 to hit, and
Ooh, that's it. Yep.
then that is going to be... Ooh. Oh, wow, that is 18 points of fire damage reduced to 9.
Fucking hell, yeah. Okay.
Okay. And on top of that, as you are falling, you can feel that there is this energy coming off of her, that superheated energy, as that's not her nails, that is her filing all of her magic into those, like, sharp knives almost, and I'm actually going to have her roll a D100 as well. So that is 77. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So as you see her, like, dig into, like, she's, like, grabbing onto your ears and digging her nails into the back of your head. You can feel it almost crack your skull. And as you are trying to grab her hands and rip them off, looking right into her, you can see her skin just begin to glow unbearably bright. As you have to kind of let go and shield your eyes, and as you try to open them again, you're blinded. And all of the rest of you seeing this happen, you see Cyrus, like, flying up 50, 60 feet up in the air almost, and her skin is now glowing as bright as the sun that is in the sky. So it is almost outshadowing Cyrus completely, where there is so much light coming from where the two of them are. So Cyrus, with that, you are currently blinded, flying up in the air. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna, like, keep my eyes closed. I'm gonna fly up, and then I'm gonna say, "Darling, you're too bright. Let me show you what brightness really looks like." And then I'm gonna punch down with a fireball.
Oh, fuck! Okay.
And, like, let me clarify. I am dropping her before I cast this.
Yes. No, I got you. Okay, so you kind of, like, throw her down, and you can almost see all of the rest of you see the sun descending into the river as they're currently floating above. The bridge is completely in smolders. Yeah, it is like a meteor falling from the heavens. So as she is falling down, plummeting, Cyrus, as you cast Fireball, shooting it down at her, all of you can see this tendril of flame conjure in her hand and wrap around Cyrus's leg as she goes to pull. Cyrus, I'd like you to make a dex saving throw as you cast Fireball, because this might be,
I'm gonna bend luck that dex saving throw as well.
Okay, alrighty, son. Yeah, you got those sorcery points back.
Shit, that wasn't meant to be a thingy, but yeah,
Okay,
16.
16, and then bend luck, you get that d4. Okay, 17. So as she whips up and tries to pull you down, you can see that you just, like, kick your leg out of the way, almost intuitively, feeling that there is some aggressive action in the weave being taken towards you. And as you look down, you can see that fiery tendril just completely missing your leg as you move it out of the way, and she continues to fall as you cast Fireball at her. And go ahead and roll your Fireball. She does still get her dex saving throw. So that's a 19, which is a success. Still 16 points of fire damage. Oh, but reduced to 8 because she is a fire genasi. Okay. So she slams down onto into the water as the fireball explodes around her, turning part of the area down near the river into just completely mist. Where it is just shrouded in fog, and the bridge is completely destroyed now. Between your fireball and her anger and aggression, it's done. So, she's down there.
As soon as I hear the water impact, I'm throwing a Chaos Bolt down there, like Kamehameha style.
Okay. Alrighty, go for it. Now, how I do want to ask, how hard do you want to push yourself to shoot it out?
Literally as hard as I can.
Okay.
Like, complete, utter disregard.
Okay, go ahead and make a charisma check for me real quick.
Oops. Just straight charisma?
Yeah.
Shit, that wasn't meant to be. Okay.
24. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So you wanted to push that as hard as you could, as hard as you possibly could, shooting it down at her, channeling everything that is happening and the weave between the two of you right now. So, what is your highest level you can cast spells at?
3.
3. You can cast, if you want to try, you can cast this level at 7th level. Cast this spell at 7th level.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So, let's try this. And I'll be honest, like, Cyrus at this point, as she hits the ground, he would take a minute just to kind of go like, and just kind of steady himself, and then just fucking wail this down.
Okay. So, oh, wait a second. I need to edit that because the Chaos Bolt is so weird and doesn't actually work the way that it's supposed to for some reason.
No, I know.
So here, let me go to Spells and Chaos Bolt, edit. So out. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to output an attack. What?
Oh, I can do it. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I've got it as one of my attack rolls. I did it myself to add it as like a weapon just because of this shit.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. All right, so go ahead and roll for an attack. Now, what you'll have to do is you'll just have to click on it, and then you'll have to change what level you're casting it at.
Thank God.
Okay, that is a hit. That is a hit.
Okay. 7th level.
So that gets an additional. Okay, so that is a 2 and a 1. Choose one of the d8s. So 2 or 1, cold or acid.
Cold.
All right. Very cool, very cool.
If she's in water, absolutely I'm going for cold. I'm freezing this bitch. Fucking fire Genasi my ass.
Alrighty. Okay, so that is 31 points of damage already. So you slam down the bolt of energy, and as you can see, all of you can see the different greens and blues and reds and purples and oranges twirling together, eventually combining into one solid light blue beam that slams into the water where the fog is, and in that one area it just begins to snow. As underneath the bridge, you can see the water right there is completely turned to ice. So then, Cyrus, as you stand over, floating, you can see that there is just one solid beam or glow of redness underneath the rock, or underneath the ice. As you can see, eventually it begins to melt, and the red dot slowly begins to move. And the entire area is currently like covered in snow now from the mist that was there that's now falling on the broken, torn bridge. And you keep an eye looking. The red hue, it keeps moving underneath the ice. What do you want to do?
Ooh. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image again. But I'm flying, so I'm literally gonna kind of serpentine with versions of me.
Oh, like figure eights? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, alright, so as those are twirling together, all of you can now see 4 Cyruses in the sky floating together, and you can see that most of Cyrus's body is covered up by his cloaks and by his layering and overlapping clothes, but you can see just... It almost looks like the plane is bending around him, where there are these small twists and turns and distortions around him, these sparks of colors that are flying off. And you can see all of you near the statues, you can see that they are also illuminated in light, just completely glowing and that there is energy being bent around them as well. Having a very, very visceral reaction to what is happening in the air. So, as you sit there, eventually the red hue fades in the ice. And as the ice begins to melt, it once again turns into steam that floats up above the broken bridge. Cyrus, what do you do?
Listen, 14. I outmatched you. You can't do this. Give up. I promise you, you'll have your life. You know me. I'm a man of my word. But I'm still kind of floating around. I'm not staying still.
Yeah, are you trying to make a persuasion check?
Lucky 13 again.
There's no response from the fog.
Listen, I know. I don't remember you, but from yourself and the other students, I know you must be jealous of the attention I got. I apologize. I didn't ask for this gift. I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but here we are, and surely this is below your talents. If you continue, I will kill you.
Ooh.
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah! That's my dude!
Okay, so you can see that as you've been shouting down, especially with that last few things that you said, the energy. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. The energy that is coming up from that ice and that steam is beginning to glow more red and orange, and there is almost this small, what starts off as small ball of energy that is beginning to appear outside of this swirling mass of flame and fire, turning and creating more steam. Anytime the water crashes into it, just whoosh, more steam beginning to grow around her as she begins to float up, completely covered in a ball of flame as she begins to float up. And you can see that part of her skin is cut from different shards of ice that slammed into her body. There is different patches of dead skin that have been frozen, but that the warmth won't return to. And she stands and begins to float up towards you and your three mirror images and says, "If you kill me, you die as well." And being now maybe 15 feet away from her, floating at the same plane, you crackling with chaotic energy and she wreathed in flame, you can see that her entire chest is almost look like there's like a ruby inside of it that is glowing white hot, sort of creating this wreath of flame around her. And she says, "Emeril, he didn't want to make the same mistake with me that he made with you. He didn't want to inject me with devil blood. Instead, he turned me into a ticking time bomb." And you can see her face twitching with anger and anxiety.
As she says that, Cyrus is going to look back to the town, look at everyone and say, "Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take." And with all his mirror images, he bear hugs her and flies into the water.
What?
Okay, alrighty, so you run up and you grab onto her, breaking through that wreath of flame. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw, breaking into the wreath of flame.
I'm gonna bend the look again.
Oh my god! Okay, roll that d4, roll that d4.
It's at least a 20. Okay.
Okay,
20.
Alright. Okay, so as you break through that circle of flame in covering her whole body, you somehow, the magic around you being so much stronger than the magic around her, bends that flame and breaks it open. Like a saw cutting into a piece of wood as you just break through the flame, and you can see her eyes go wide, and she says, "But you'll die. as you grab onto her and begin to plummet into the ground. You can see that she's in shock, and that red hotness around her chest is like expanding, and you can feel it like burning and singeing into your own skin. And yes, all of you can see that, and you heard all of that. So Cyrus, you take 6, 10, 15. Okay, so you take, because you saved, you would have taken 25, but instead you take 12, and then it's also halved again because you're a tiefling, so 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So, bear hug, flying down into the ground, you slam, and you... What are you doing? You're just going for pure bludgeoning force?
Yeah, literally, I'm gonna slam her, like, not just into the water, like, I'm going for, like, the bottom of this, like, lake. I want to, like, slam her into the ground.
Okay, all that bludgeoning force coming together from 60, 70 feet up in the air, slamming down into the ground. Alec, Morganix, as you eventually get the gates open and begin to run that way, as they slam in, there is this detonation of flame from inside the water that is much larger than any fireball or bolt you've ever seen Cyrus cast. And Cyrus, you are completely 100% wreathed in flame and fire. Bludgeoning damage doesn't affect you, but with that, she was literally a ticking time bomb. So as you drop her to 0 hit points, which is easy enough, she was not very high with what she had, you do activate a delayed blast fireball. So, with that, it's dice roller, that is 12d6.
Ooh. That's really bad.
Okay, so make your dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Yikes.
Oh.
Okay, so you take 35 points of damage, and so does she.
He's resistant, right? Or did I mishear that? Aren't you resistant to fire?
He is, but
Yeah. But I am... yeah, I'm not okay, dude.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
as you slam her into the bedrock, there is no state of unconsciousness for her. You slam her down, and her entire body tears and erupts into a wreath of flame. As it coats you, you are sent in to unconsciousness at the bottom of this water. And the water is boiling hot in here. This is not pleasant swimming water with the delayed fire blast. So Alec and Morganix, as the two of you go into the water, you are going to take fire damage from trying to move in to the water. Okay, alrighty.
That'll be it.
You too?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So Cyrus, as you were at 0 hit points, I'd like you to make one dexterity saving throw as they're trying to get to you. Alec, I would like you... There's not really a dexterity saving throw you can make. Death save, sorry.
Sorry, death save.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make like an athletics check
Yeah.
to swim to him?
Yeah, make an athletics check to try and swim down. All right, Cyrus, that's one success. As most of your like cloak and clothes have been kind of burned and singed. Okay, Alec, with that, you are able to go and swim to the bottom. Morganix, you're following after too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like you to make an athletics check as well. Okay, so you swim down, but your cloaks and your bags are kind of holding you back, and Alec is from here. She is a very adept swimmer, as she is completely like blowing past you. But the two of you do take 7, 14, 21 points of fire damage. As you are swimming down to the bottom of this river, you scoop up Cyrus, Alec, and you do manage to make and swim back towards him. Morganix, as you're looking down, Cyrus, I would like you to make another death saving throw.
Can I get hands on Cyrus yet?
Okay, so 14, another success. So as Alec finishes swimming back up towards where you are, you would be able to get hands on him.
I'm gonna do healing hands for 6 points.
Okay, 6 points. So, Cyrus, you...
And then I'm gonna like stand kind of raised and say, "Your champion is dead."
With that, Alec, as you break through the water, Cyrus on your shoulder, Morganix, you grab onto Cyrus, and Cyrus, you feel the energy restored to your lungs. And you can see Ethos stare over the bridge in shock. Well, I suppose you're right, then. Fine. Let them go. And you can hear one of the guards that were standing over the prisoners. They say, "Sir, what do you... Let them..." He said, "Let them go." What? Go now! Do it! As his eyebrows furrow, staring out over the broken bridge, breaking through the steaming water. You can see that there are small boats that are brought from around the side of the city to get prisoners from over the side to the side of All's Crossing. As some soldiers come out of the gates, and all of the prisoners are eventually ferried over the small ravine, one by one by one by one, till eventually they're all over. And as the rest of the troops begin to sort of disassemble and head back south, or head back north, Ethos just sort of stands there, staring at what would be Morganix, Alec, and Cyrus, standing near the edge of the bridge. You have won yourself time. That you have. I hope it was worth it. You can see him turn, grab the reins of a horse, mount, and then begin to ride off northward as the rest of the soldiers turn and begin to march back north. You can see that there's a lot of murmuring and shouting at the soldiers, confused as to why they're marching back north. But it seems as though Ethos is insistent on it. So, as the rest of you make your way back towards the gate with all of the prisoners, you free them of their shackles, and you make your way back into the gate. The guards keep their eyes peeled northward and also southward, but you make your way in. Wizard duel complete. Cyrus exhausted, setting him down caught on something. What do you do?
Alec would immediately, laying him on the ground, pop open a healing potion and just force feed him.
Okay.
I don't know if he's awake. She'll, lightly, after force feeding him, little light slaps to the face.
So yeah, he is awake, so you do feed him a little bit, and so go ahead and roll the 2d4 plus 2, unless you're using a grater.
I'll use a grater.
Okay, alright, 4d4 plus 4. Give it to him.
Sorry.
So 9 hit points.
And he had the 6 from me earlier. I mean, he's not gonna die.
Can Alec find whoever is closest nearby, and just send a scout south to check on the forces down there to see if there's been any activity? She's very concerned that this was a distraction.
Yeah, okay. So, shouting out to one of the soldiers who was there with you, he says, of course. And he heads down south, running to check on Philip and Nahara.
Okay.
Cyrus would kind of after he kind of had that healing potion, he'd say, I don't like bastards. Gin's got too much juniper, it's too floral. And then just go back to sleep.
Alec is going to slap him. Hard. And she's gonna say, you are so foolish. But you are so lucky. And I'm very, very proud of you, but I'm also very angry. I don't know how to handle multiple emotions at once, and she'll slap him again. Don't do that ever again.
Emerald, I'm not ready for school.
She's gonna, like, drop his head. I assume she was, like, cradling him. She's just gonna drop him.
I'll stay here with him. You go see what's going on.
Okay. And she'll kind of, like, look between Cyrus and Morgonix. I am very happy he's alive.
I know. Me too.
But I don't want to lose any of you either.
No.
Okay, and she'll kind of like backtrot and then start heading to the south gate to just check on things down there. She's very concerned.
Okay, so you head down south. And the rest of you stay up north. So we'll come back up north to what Morganix and Varnast are doing with Cyrus. But for now, Alec, you head down south. Yes. So let's go ahead and pan down south here. And as you run up, you can see the small amount of soldiers that are down here, along with Philip and Nahara. They have had their backs turned, and they're watching you approach. And you can see Nahara look to you and say, "What was happening down there? What was going on? The light and the flashing and all of that. What? Is everything all right?"
Everything is fine. Cyrus made a very interesting choice, but we were successful. They're gone. We've won time, but the troops they have retreated. Somehow Cyrus was able to face a champion of their choosing in some sort of duel. From what it sounded like, they knew each other. And he won. He's not in good condition, but he is alive. And I must say I am surprised that they are honoring their word, and Ethos they are retreating.
Well, if there is one thing I have learned about them, they do not keep their word. They will be back, whether it is in a month or a day or a year. They will be back. I am happy to hear that he lived and that he survived, but I do not know what this means for us, Alec.
It means that they are afraid. It means that they know that we are willing to fight and do whatever it takes to save this town and these people. I don't think they'll be back, at least not right now. I think we've made a point, and if I am wrong, then I don't know. But today we have one victory. But what about here? Has there been any movement?
No, we have seen nothing. No sounds, no anything. I even sent forward scouts ahead, and they came back, and there are no troops approaching. I am concerned. This seems too easy. There were supposed to be 500, and 3 ballistas, and...
Alec just, like, step closer to where, like, no one else can hear her talking.
Mm-hmm.
There's something else. Ethos said that somebody inside is leaking information. And I don't know who would do such a thing. I don't even have an idea of who that could be, but from this moment on, I'm just asking that you keep your circle very close at hand. And any plans that we make in the future need to stay between us.
Of course. I am upset to hear that, but it is good to know.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
I don't think it would be her, but I don't know. Just covering my bases. Not that helped.
She seems very upset by it. Very,
okay.
very, very upset, yeah. And she's trying not to show too much because she doesn't want to.
Yeah, Alec is yeah, she's trying to be quiet about it. Do you know who would do such a thing? Who has access? I don't know. I thought the people here all had the same belief, but I guess I'm wrong.
Well, in the past 3 months, ever since you all had left, there had been so much that so many people who had come from the north and the south hoping to find refuge, and I suppose it is not too unlikely that there would be those who were not upfront in their wants from Ul's Crossing and the people here. They would hide behind blades of grass and sneak and sulk.
I see. Well, if that is the case, like I said, we need to keep our circle very tight because we cannot risk information being leaked to our enemies, especially after this victory today. It could compromise everything. Please keep your ears open, and if you suspect anything or anyone, I will personally deal with them.
Very well. I will keep you informed, Alec.
And Alec will just kind of fist to her chest, and then she really wants to make sure Cyrus is okay, so she's going to start heading back that way.
Okay. So as that was happening, did you all down or up north have anything you want to do with Cyrus, or were you just kind of letting it go on?
I'm plunking down on the ground next to him and seeing if I can fit a short rest in.
Okay. Yeah, that.
But I'm also looking at Varnest and saying, we don't want delay. Do we go after them?
I mean, Varnast is still up in the tower, so you're probably not near him.
Oh, I thought he came down.
He did not.
Never mind then.
Okay.
No, Varnast is just... I mean, obviously, only the people like next to him would know. He looks very bothered by what's going on. Not like panicking, but he clearly looks like he's like deep in thought, and he's just staring in like the direction that Ethos left in.
Okay.
And he's just thinking to himself various things.
Yeah, Morgonix is deep in thought, but trying to fit a short rest in because that water messed me up.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It's what we do for love.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So with that, then, there's quite a bit of silence that's happening up there. And Alec, you make your way back up north towards everyone else, and you can see Morganix just sitting down next to Cyrus, as Cyrus is still asleep. And Varnast, you can see that he's still up in the tower, and Sayla is still on the ledge, looking out northward, not trusting this at all either.
As I come jogging back, she'll just kind of like kneel down to Morganix and Cyrus, and she'll just say, "There hasn't been any activity to the south."
I don't trust this. And even if they do leave, we don't want them coming back with more weapons.
I agree, but like I was saying, I just I don't know. This is I'm just kind of like at a loss for words. Most of the time, these kind of people do not hold true to their word. We have this victory, and I think we should be very thankful for it. But I do agree. I still think we need to keep our soldiers posted where they are, in case they decide to turn around. But I do think that they know we're here to put up a fight, and it's not going to be easy on them. And I think Cyrus, as stupid as it was, proved a really big point today. I think he needs to rest. And we just need to have vigilant eyes.
All right.
I will scoop up Cyrus.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You are definitely strong enough just to scoop him up, carry him.
Okay. I still take him to the inn that we were staying at.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds
What
good.
time of day is it?
It's probably only noon right now.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's dead. So, I mean, not dead, but like knocked. So I will take him there. He's asleep.
Yeah, he's taking a little nap. Alrighty. So you take him back to the tavern and lay him down on one of the beds that does not have injured people in it. Yeah. So he's laying down, sleeping right now. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just gonna lay down right there on the ground and get the rest of my short rest in, if possible.
Yeah, I'll take a short rest as well.
Okay.
And Varnast is staying on the tower, remaining vigilant, still asking himself lots of questions and going through things in his head, but obviously not figuring anything out because he has no idea what's going on. And that's upsetting to him.
Okay. Alrighty. Cool. Cool.
He's very unhappy with what just happened.
Hey, back up.
Alrighty. So as Toggle is very angry.
That's my baby.
Yeah. I will say that the statues now have returned back to their normal stonish, sort of dark gray hue. No more colors.
As I was like making my way back with like Cyrus and like just looking around the tavern and just anytime I passed somebody, I would have liked to have been like looking for faces who maybe, I don't know. Anybody looking sus, I guess was what I'm looking for. Maybe somebody who seems a little bit more calm or like unnecessary. I don't know. It's hard to.
Or looks pretty happy that I am potentially dead.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I feel like everybody would be in a very like tense state right now, but maybe somebody who is a heightened sense of panic or like the extreme sense of calm.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
I hope that makes sense.
Going on right now.
I just want you to know what I'm trying to look for.
Okay. I'm gonna say make a perception check and then make an insight check.
All right. I don't know what I'm looking for. She's sus of everybody. Perception and then.
It was
Insight.
Varnast.
Okay, not bad. Then insight.
Okay.
All right.
Not her strongest places, you know.
I mean, perception's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you do see quite a few people who are just. They look really concerned because they were some of the same people who helped Cyrus get sober earlier, and so they kind of look at his like mangled body. They see that he's breathing. They see that the chest is expanding and rescending, but they all share a look of concern for him.
Okay.
But nothing too outlandish or anything too different than any of the others, especially just in your journey from the cot to the tavern.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I would probably regroup then with Gonix and Varnas. Like, maybe we should just have like a little powwow up in the tower.
Okay. So as the three of you go to head up to the tower to have that conversation, that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh god!
Because I have a feeling that there's going to be some momentum from this point on that we can't stop. Okay.
That's not a good
Okay.
Well, we'll just see what happens. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to break. We'll be back in like 10-ish minutes, and we will see you then. So be back in a jiffy.
I'm going to make hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I miss being Alex so much.
Hello, hello, and welcome back. We are here. We are here. All the who's down on Whoville. We're back. And thank you. So we're back. And I guess we'll just get back into things. I would like to give a shout out to Zandy Andy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I wanted to say something before the break, but I forgot. So thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. And I hope you're enjoying things, because I definitely am, in a weird kind of anxiety, exhilarating.
I got it.
You're anxious.
I'm always anxious. I never know what's going to happen.
Anyways.
Alrighty. So with that, let's take sips of our water and then get back into it. Very delicious. So picking up where we left off, the siege. Well, the siege kind of happened. And we are now in the midst of the aftermath of the duel between Cyrus and number 14. Apparently a student of Immariel who apparently had some vendetta against Cyrus for some reason. Apparently something to do with not being able to live up to those standards or what he was gifted with or something of the matter. However, the world will never know now, as Cyrus won the duel. But
boy, howdy did he.
But it was very close indeed. Almost not a good time for him. But he did survive. He is conscious but asleep now in the inn. And with that, we pick up with Morganix, Alec, and Varnast in the tower, looking northward, wondering what will happen next. So with that, three of you standing there, I leave it to you.
Wait.
Not have anything to say.
Are we up in the tower? Is that what we decided on?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You said you would head up there to go ahead and
okay.
talk to Varnast.
Wow.
So, I guess arriving up in the tower, Alec will just kind of like look over to Varnast. She's not gonna say anything right away. She's just gonna like see how he looked.
Stressed.
Makes sense. Checks out.
He looks bothered.
Okay, well,
roll insight for that. He looks bothered.
I assume since you've been up here the entire time when we took Cyrus, then Alec would just say, any sign that they're coming back?
I assume I haven't seen anything, Joe?
No, nothing.
Something's very wrong here. Very wrong.
Well, as I was saying to the others, maybe they understand just how powerful we really are, and that we do have weapons of our own. It's not a bad thing to see our enemies retreat. Sure, they might come back, and they might come back 10 times harder, but they know that we're not going to fall as easily.
No. It's something else. They lost one of their own, dead. They either suspected Cyrus was dead or was close to it. Why would they retreat now? This would be the time to attack when one of our biggest weapons is out of the game. So why did he leave?
I don't know. I wish I did.
Something's wrong. I don't know what, but something's wrong.
I could cast invisibility. A couple of us could go after. We'd get there an hour, see if we see anything, and I could cast it again and we could come back. We could say after an hour, that's it. No further. I'd also like to have a talk with some of the prisoners.
That might be a good place to start before we head out.
They could know things. I don't like this either. Part of me wants to go after them and finish it.
No, we can't. We
We
can't
can't.
lure. We would lose more people than we would save at that point.
We got them once with some guerrilla tactics. They're not going to fall for it again, especially after losing the prisoners.
No, you're right. But
Let's gather information. We can decide what to do after that. I will remain here.
all right,
You'll hear
Alex?
if something happens.
I'm sure we will. Alec, do you want to go have some talks with me?
Yes, we should go.
Okay.
Jamie, you know you only have 5 hit dice, right?
6.
Was
Oh
it
yeah,
level
we're level
6?
6. That's right. Sorry, I was thinking level 5. You're right.
You had to use all of them. I'm
Please.
so sorry.
Well, I mean, he got hurt pretty bad.
I know.
I think I was like down to minus 12 or 19 at one point.
Oh! Yikes.
So
Okay.
prisoner Chad.
Yeah, Alec would start heading down to wherever they went. I assume we kind of like gathered them in a location, starting to like herd them towards the end to get them some food, water, shelter.
Yeah. None of them were. I mean, some of them were boogered up pretty bad, but some of them had just been captured.
I am especially interested in the plant girl that told me to run.
Okay, so is that who you want to head to first, or?
Are
Yeah.
they together or are they separate? Like, are they all being looked after in the same area, or did they sort of go their own way as the ones that weren't so bad?
No, everybody's kind of hanging out in the tavern, or at least around it. So any of the archers or scouts who have been captured, most of them are fine, just kind of around the area. Gray was boogered up pretty bad, so was Lapierre, but the small girl, she is seemingly fine as well, just sort of nestled up into a corner every once in a while. Go
I
ahead.
think we should talk to Gray and Lapierre as well, but the girl is a high priority.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, alrighty. So heading there first?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, alrighty. So you head over to her, and you can see her kind of look up at the two of you. Alec, your very intimidating form moving forward, and Morganix, less intimidating, but still there is some recognition in her eyes as she sort of looks, and you can see these like tousled up bangs over her eyes. She kind of pushes them back behind her ear, and sort of moves around uncomfortably and doesn't say anything to you as the two of you approach.
I'm gonna sit down kind of across from her.
Okay.
I'm sorry if they found you because you helped me.
It's okay. Immaril told me that it might be dangerous, but I just wanted to help. Somehow.
You did a lot. But I'm sorry for what it's cost you.
Immaril told me that it might not. He didn't know how much time he had left. So he said that this was probably my only chance to get out and not be with him when whatever happened. And you can see her holding on to her, like squeezing her right hand with her left hand very, very tightly. Or you can see like the muscles tensing up in her forearm as she is very, very anxious right now.
Is anyone watching us?
I mean, it's not very hard to overhear. Nobody's like actively looking at you, but the tavern's pretty quiet. Well, no, it's just quiet. I mean, the room's pretty big. It's just nobody's really talking.
Okay. I'm just, I'm gonna break a rat's neck when I find one.
He's a rat.
Yeah.
So, sort of sitting there, you can see that she looks. In terms of, so she's got this like, almost ginger-colored hair, with, a deeper tan complexion, as she's sort of sitting at the table. Her eyes just sort of shifting between the two of you nervously.
I will just like take a small step back so it's not like I'm looming over her.
Okay, yeah.
Alec is just kind of like organics. She feels like she's better at this than Alec is.
What happened after my friend and I ran?
Well, the guards that were coming, they saw me yell run, and they saw that I didn't do anything to stop you. They yelled at me, asking for answers, demanding to know why I didn't do anything, and I told them I was scared, and they said they didn't believe me. And they asked me what you all did to the machine. And I said you didn't do anything because you couldn't get that last panel off all the way. And I don't know if they believed me or not, because after that they put me in chains. And they threw me with the rest of them. Those two weird men with the both of them have funny voices. The older one, he was nice to me. Do you know if he's okay?
Do I know who she's talking about?
Probably.
Oh, the knight?
Yeah, probably Lapierre.
We saw him. He's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's here. I'm so sorry.
So do they know that we've tampered with their machine?
I don't know what they believe, but I told them that you couldn't figure out a way to get to it.
Good. That's good.
Do they have anyone else with them capable of telling or fixing it?
There were some other apprentices there aside from me. They might be able to figure it out, but I don't know.
They have retreated for now, but did they speak of a possible retreat? I don't know if you heard anything as they were marching. And so, to be honest, we are all very shocked that he stood by his word and they let you all go. Anything that you may have heard would be very helpful right now.
See her close her eyes and she tries to think of anything. No. I'm sorry. I don't know. He didn't tell me anything. He only told me how to operate the machine half the time, and the other half of the time insulted Imariel. Other than that, no.
Insight check just in case, because I trust no one anymore.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
I'm so broken.
We're learning, yay.
Yeah, she seems really genuine. Just a
Okay.
scared 14, 15-year-old girl.
Oh, God. You're gonna be okay here. Everyone here is kind, and they'll be nice to you, and You don't have anything to fear from any of us, okay?
Okay. Do you think that I could talk to, Zamir when he wakes up?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll want to talk to you too.
Okay. Okay.
And Morganix had kind of a dark thought trigger and all of that. So she just kind of wants to take a step back. She'll tell the girl, "What is your name?"
For a long time, Emeril would only call me 15. But then, towards the end, he started to call me Maya.
Whoa.
What do you want to be called?
I like Maya.
Okay, Maya. We'll come find you when Cyrus wakes up. He likes to be called Cyrus now, I think.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take a couple steps away, and I'm gonna put the detect magic glasses on and just sort of take a look at all the prisoners.
Okay, so real quick, I will go ahead and show you the art from Mara. The only difference between this art and what she actually looks like, she's very, very sad and depressed right now. This art makes her look very happy. Just imagine that frown upside down, or that smile upside down. Let's go to players.
Oh, sweet baby.
Oh. She's so cute.
Alrighty. So, there is she. So you go ahead and put on the glasses and you look around. And most people here give off no magical glows. The people who do, Gray is in here. His cloak that he has gives off illusion magic. You can sort of tell that shadows cling to him a little bit. Definitely makes it easier to hide. Lapierre is in here as well, currently sitting. You can see off to the side of him is his he has a longsword that's next to him that is giving off evocation magic. And then also in here, just sort of looking around, interacting with people, seeing if they need anything, is Douglas, from the All's Crossing. So, magic. Let me just see here something real quick. You can see that inside a small sort of satchel that he carries around his waist, you can get a small pulse of evocation magic as well.
That's a little weird, but not entirely impossible. Where was Douglas in all of this? Was he one of the prisoners?
No. No, he was here when you guys first got here.
Oh, Douglas.
Oh, I'll go talk to Douglas.
Franco, motherfucker.
Does Douglas want to talk? Want to chat?
I'm gonna pull Alec aside.
Okay.
All that talk about time bombs, I just thought maybe a spell had been cast on someone. The only thing I didn't expect to see, little Douglas over there has something magic in his bag. And that seems strange to me.
Yeah. For a stable boy who has seemed to lost a lot. Interesting to have a magical item just on him. But
I'm worried about any magical means of communication or
ooh, as soon as you say that, Alec is gonna like narrow her eyes a little bit.
Don't hurt him. It could be perfectly.
I'll just go have a chat. She'll just kind of like walk over to Douglas.
Oh boy,
I'm
I'm gonna have to good constable this, aren't I? And I'm just gonna follow.
Okay, so you make your way over, and you can see that he's just sort of going from person to person, saying, "Excuse me, I was just wondering if you need anything." Alec, you like angry walking towards him.
I'm not angry. She's just very sternly walking towards him.
As you sternly walk towards him, you can see he kind of stops talking, looks, and he says, "Hello there, Alec. It's been Morganix. It's been a minute since I've seen y'all two."
Douglas, why don't you step into this room with us? I just want to have a conversation.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Great. I will walk behind him. I don't know if there's an open room to the side.
Yeah.
If he was to flee, he has nowhere to go but through.
Is there? Oh. Did I do something wrong?
No, no, not at all. We've been noticing that you've been helping a lot of people, and we just wanted to have a conversation. We've been gone for some time, and we know that we can trust you. And when I say that, I want to insight check him.
Okay. Well, first I need you to make a deception check.
Sorry.
That is the primary thing there.
While she's doing that, do I see Sayla anywhere?
Yeah, we'll say she's kind of silently just been following you guys around.
I want to go up to Sayla and just kind of lean forward, like I'm just giving her a pat on the shoulder or something, and I want to whisper, "Get that bag off him."
Oh,
fine.
Jesus.
Okay.
3 level 6s gaining up on a probably not even level 1 stable boy.
And I will apologize profusely if I am wrong.
Okay. So Alec, as you are kind of backing him up into trying to get him towards the door, he says, no, wait a minute, I ain't done nothing wrong. I don't know why you all are trying to get me in a room
Douglas,
on your own.
I just want to have a conversation. This has been a very tense day for all of us, and if you're truly helping these people, we want to know what we can do to help you help everyone else.
Well, then why can't we have that conversation out here in the open, surrounded by all these people then?
Douglas, look at these people. They've been through enough. They don't need to hear this. And you're scaring them. I'm not sure why you're acting so frantic. All we want to do is talk, but without concerning these people who've been chained and marched for miles to be here.
Listen, I ain't done nothing wrong at all. I ain't done nothing. And as you see him,
check.
As you make that insight check, you can see that he goes to reach down towards that bag that was at his waist, and you never even saw her approach, but he goes to touch that bag by his side, and Morganix, you feel a tap on your shoulder that kind of takes you away from reading his face, and Sayla says, "Here. Good enough?" Didn't even notice that she left and came back.
Thank you.
And he looks over Alec's shoulder and looks at his waist and sees the bag's not there, and Morganix sees it in your hand, and Morganix, as you open it and reach inside and look, that's a sending stone.
Like Undertaker, can I grab him chokeslam style, around the throat, please?
Oh, shit!
In front of all these people?
In front of all these people.
Okay, alright, you grab him by the throat, go ahead and roll for an attack. He's gonna try and duck and dodge and run out of the way.
Oh, he's not going to. Oh, that works too.
Oh shit, okay, that's a wisdom saving throw?
I haven't cast it in a minute. Let me see.
Can I still grab him by the throat and have him just limp in my hands?
Oh yeah, sure. Make an attack roll still.
Okay, just
Oh well, he's paralyzed. Yeah, wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
My DC is 15. Yes.
Do you mean a great sword or just athlete or?
Never mind. Since he's paralyzed, as soon as he goes to run, he freezes, and you just slowly bring your hand over to his throat.
Alec, no, I have him.
I will just have that, and I will just walk him back into the room.
Okay.
And I will let Morganix follow, but as soon as she gets into the room, we will close this door behind us.
I'm gonna look to Sayla and I say, "Can you please go get Vardis? Please?"
Can we just? Why do we need him? Can we just kill him and get it over with? It's obvious that he was lying and cheating and using that whatever the fuck that stone is.
Thing to say.
So why don't we just kill him and get it over with? What's up with all this fanfare?
We need to know we need to know who he's working with and where this goes, and...
Oh my God. All right, I'll go get him.
Oh, sweet Lord. And I'm just gonna run into the room and shut the door.
As you can see, all of the people in the tavern just sort of looking at the two of you, and Alec picking up this just boy who's 17, 18 years old that picked up by the throat. And carries him into the room.
I'm gonna open the door and say, everything's fine. He's having a seizure.
I will throw him into the corner of the room.
Clunk, 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 as he slams in. Things falling off. And the people of this town, they have their faith in you. So you can tell they're uncomfortable, but they're not trying to stop you. They are very, very, very uncomfortable with how you're acting right now, though. So you two head into the room, and we'll come back to you in a second. But Sayla makes her way up to you, Varnas, still at the tower, and she kind of like taps her knuckles into your neck. I'm like, hey. So apparently that I don't know, it's fucking farm boy or something from I forget where. He was at the colorful cauldron, you know, where you were like strung up with the apparently he was a traitor or something, and apparently they want to do this whole big thing and interrogate him, but I think that he should just I think we should just go kill him. I mean,
nah, they want me to get my hands dirty. I understand. I'll be right there.
All right, let's go.
I cast regret.
Instructions for the guard. Yeah, I don't know why you guys grabbed Varnas. But yeah, he leaves clear instructions for the guards that you know, if they see anything, they are to immediately come and get them.
I cast so much regret. All I was thinking was that he knows how to interrogate people. I don't know. I've had a hard day.
These people.
You could have at least convinced Alec. I don't know if you can convince both of them.
Yeah,
well. Here we go.
Okay. All right. So the two of you make your way back. But first things first. Oh, sorry. Were you saying something?
No. I wasn't.
Okay. Alrighty. So first things first. What we got to do is we have to jump back to Morganix and Alex. So another wisdom saving throw. That's another failure as he's still paralyzed. As Alec, you throw him up against the wall.
Grab him by like the scruff of his neck and tie rope around him. I'm not being rude. I'm just doing my duty here.
He's still getting.
Don't hurt him.
He can talk, right?
No, he's still paralyzed.
Okay. All right. Well, great. I will tie him up, and then I will like sit him up so he's like sitting like on his butt on the ground. And
Don't hurt him, but I've only got a minute.
I'm gonna just squat and like get right in his face. As soon as this wears off, you're gonna tell us everything. And if you don't, I will break that face of yours. Do you understand?
And you just see his eyes like flick up and down.
This is not a game. There are people's lives at risk. And you have jeopardized all of that. And if I suspect that you are lying, you will not leave this room alive. This is war. And we do not have traitors. And she's just gonna sit here in his face until the time wears off and just stare at him and just breathe in his face.
Okay. So after a minute passes. All right, I'll tell you everything I know. Listen, I didn't want no harm to come to anybody. I just... They said that my sister was alive, that she was in New Efera, and that they had her, and that if I did this thing, if I told them everything that I saw, that they would not kill me, they would not kill her, and they would give us a ship and let us go back home.
Did you talk to her?
Yes, I heard her voice. And there's no faking that. You can't fake somebody's voice 100%. I could feel it. I knew it was my sister. I knew it was her.
Where does this stone go? Who are you reporting to?
There's two. There's that man who was just here. And then there's a woman. She has a strange sounding voice. Not the one who was fighting Cyrus, but a different one. I've never seen her before. I just know she's got a strange voice.
What did you tell them?
I told them everything I saw. I told them about the five of you coming here. I told them about the preparations for the siege. I told them where the traps were. I told them about the going out and trying to attack the thing. I didn't know what all you were doing out there. I just knew you were trying to attack him or something. I didn't know what exactly was happening. I don't know. But I told them everything I saw, and I told them about the golems, and I told them about I told them everything I saw and everything I knew.
I will punch him in the face.
Morgana, can you go and try to hold her back?
He spits out a few teeth, broken out. His lips begin to bleed, and about that point, Varnast and Sayla come into the room, and Varnast, you can hear the very familiar sound to you of teeth clattering on floor, and as you open the door, you can see the 17, 18-year-old boy, long blonde hair sort of drooped over his face. He's like trying to like tuck his probably cracked jaw up, and
Hundreds of people are going to die, and it's because of you. Do you not understand? And she's kind of like trying very hard to not full on rage in this moment. They do not have your sister. And if they did, she's dead. That's how they play. None of this is fair. They used you to get to all of these people. You traded one life for all of these people. Do you understand?
She's alive. I know she is. She can't be dead. She can't be.
We saw evidence that she was dead, right?
All you found was the coin.
Oh. I thought we had hard evidence that she was dead.
I mean, yeah, something like that in the hands of a hag is usually pretty hard evidence. All else you would find is like bones, considering what she was doing with them all. Which, in D&D world, we can't identify whose bones belong to who.
Right.
That was out of character. That was not Varnast talking that casually, obviously.
But what?
All right, hang on.
Wait, and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna kind of put myself between him and Alec.
I didn't want to hurt anybody. I just wanted to see my sister again.
I know. They knew exactly what they were doing. I want to make an insight check on him and see if he really... I don't know, if I get any evil vibes off of him.
Make an insight check.
Shit!
Wah.
He just seems
Whatever.
like a scared little boy.
Yeah, I'm a bleeding heart anyway. This is fine. Look, what's done is done. But we could maybe, and I'm looking to the others now, use this and start having him feed them false information.
Won't work.
Why not?
Because he already told him everything. All of our plans, all of our moves, everything we have at our disposal has been leaked. By the way, I assume I got caught up with like the sending stones and stuff just to save some time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't matter. Everything from here on in is new. He could tell them that we are bolstered by their retreat, that we are going after them. Oh, that's too meta. I can't say what Jamie just put in the chat, but I really want to. We can spin our own narrative and work this to our advantage.
You know, we tried that once before. It didn't go well.
Listen, I can tell you what they were going to do instead. They had just told me before, when you were bringing
Okay.
Cyrus back in.
Okay?
They're not planning to attack the city again. At least not for a while. What they're going to do is... They were going to send assassins.
Did they say who?
Nahala, Varnast, and Alec. They wanted to kill the two native people, the two natives in charge, and then also apparently Varnast has there's someone who has a vendetta against him.
As soon as he says this, can Alec go to the door and find somebody to go get Nahara?
Good call, good call.
Okay. Oh yeah, easy enough. They head off. They run off, sprinting,
Like,
hearing
and
what's
like Alec's hand is just like covered in fucking blood if this
Yeah,
goes.
the room,
Okay, great.
The room isn't soundproof. Everybody in the tavern can hear the screaming and yelling that's happening inside.
It is what it is.
So you head in. They run off, and not but 2 minutes later, Nahara darts in and says, "What is going on here? What is happening?
I will fill you in as soon as we're done.
What are you
Did they say when the assassins are coming?
assassins? What is happening?"
Alec is just gonna like hold a hand to Nahara to like tell her basically to shut up. Sorry.
She recognizes it, but not in a rude way. She just nods, and he says, "They wanted to send them in 3 days. They said that I should do everything I can to make sure everybody feels comfortable and safe and spend everything so happy. And then they would send them after we got comfortable and then they'd kill those three and you'd have no choice but to surrender, or else they'd just keep doing it. At least that's what they said."
So we feed that narrative. You tell them that we're celebrating, that we're feeling more comfortable by the day. When the assassins come, we take them out. You tell them that they were successful, but that they were not able to flee the city, that they were caught by others. And then we see what the new plan is. And I look at the others. If you kill this boy, everyone in that next room sees that we are no better than what we are fighting.
Oh, please, spare me that bleeding heart, bull.
No, I will not.
Boy, how old are you?
17.
Nah. The moment he decided to take lives, whether it's his own hand or not, he became a man. A
If we-
stupid man.
If we
is-
kill them now, they will know. And that is the only thing that is saving him. They will know. And then they will return. I do not agree that he deserves to live, but I do think he is needed. And if he can prove, and she's kind of like turning to look at him again, that he is useful, when this is all over, I will think about sparing his life. But now we have no choice but to keep him alive. But you will not use the stone alone. And we will hold on to it. And if they call upon you, we will find you. You will not leave this inn. Do you understand? I will break both of your legs if I have to.
Yes, I understand.
Do they contact you, or do they wait for you to contact them?
They contact me.
Is there a set time?
Every dawn and every dusk.
Okay.
Great. You will make yourself useful while you are here. You will clean, You will sleep on the floor. You will eat only what is left over. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
If I see you outside, I will not hesitate to kill you.
I understand.
Today is the day that you make your amends, and maybe someone somewhere will forgive you. But it will not be me. And Alec will stand and leave him to Morgonix.
Good, I'm a babysitter again.
We can always get someone here to watch him.
Are we
I don't-
leaving him tied up all the time?
Yeah, but
No!
you can't trust him to run around. Insane.
He's gonna work. Alec will
No.
insist that he cleans and he picks up shit. Like, that's his duty now.
No, leave him in one spot where we can keep an eye on him. That's insane. Why would we let him wander around?
You think he's gonna go outside after this?
He might. Why take it to chance? He's one dude. Tie him up. I would break his legs. I'm trying to compromise.
I
He can
appreciate
be tied in a chair here until this is over with, where he cannot cause any more trouble.
Is there any kind of constable here? Is there a jail cell where we can put him, but not cut off his circulation?
Yes, there are. Near the Mother's Tree, there are underground cells that we keep for those who disparage the Mother's name or try to defile her sacred grounds.
Well, that sounds rather appropriate to me. And I look over at Alec and Varnast questioningly.
I'd rather see him repay his debts to these people. But if you want to lock him away where he can sit on his ass and do nothing, that's fine.
Lock him up.
So we start by locking him up, and maybe he can be taken out for work under supervision later?
No.
Okay, I'll... Can someone take us down there?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, I assume we can call people who can take care of that for us.
Yeah, oh, you can, for sure.
And while we're waiting for them, I'm gonna clean up his face a little, I guess.
Okay, alright. Sounds good.
I wanna try to like move over to Nahara's side and get a word with her if I can.
Yeah, of course. You can do that, for sure.
This is a bad idea.
I understand what you mean, and part of me does agree with you, Varnast. But part of me worries. These people were going to kill you, and me, and Alec. What happens if we would not have learned this information? What if they hatch a new plan when they figure out he is dead?
They'll always hatch new plans.
Then shouldn't we want to try to stay ahead as much as we can?
You know, we tried this tactic before a couple weeks back, well, a couple months to you back in New Efera. It really blew up in our face. This is a bad idea. But you're in charge and I can follow orders.
If it does blow up,
Very against this.
if it does blow up in our faces, Varnast, I will do everything I can to make amends to you. But I am not willing to give up any edge I can in this fight for my people. I have lost them once, and so has Alec. If we can do anything to make sure that we lose no more, we will take whatever edge that is.
My life is on the line just as much as yours. Just because they're not my people does not mean I'm not fighting just as hard as the rest of you.
I know that, Varnast. I was there with you when my grandmother communed with all of you in that tree. I know what you have sacrificed, and I am so thankful for it. It is hard for me to think as logically as you do, because this is so much more than one battlefield or one war. This is my entire livelihood and culture is on the line in this revolution. If we lose, Coagiato and Congiato are razed to the ground. The trees are used for ships and fires and weapons. You know what it feels like to have your home be on the verge of being ripped apart. I have a chance to do something about it. And I'm willing to take that chance, even if it is a bad idea.
Like I said, I'm used to following orders. But he slips one word. When he messages them, I am tearing his head off. And I won't apologize for it.
If he does that, Varnast, I will be right there with you, making sure his bones are snapped.
Varnast extends a hand in a shake.
She looks at it a little confused, but shakes your hand and then also puts a hand to her chest and nods and shakes your hand.
Good enough for me. I need to get back to the wall.
Cool.
I don't trust they're telling him everything. We still need to keep our eyes open.
I will make sure to double the guards.
And really, don't let him work. Just keep him confined where we can keep an eye on him. Who knows if he's hiding anything else. We can at least agree there's no need for that risk.
She nods again. Your words are sound, Varnast.
He nods back and then leaves to go back to his spot on the wall.
Okay. Alrighty. So now everybody outside the city will move from there to there. Alrighty. So, heading out into the city now, all of you sort of spreading off to do different things. Varnast, you return to the wall. Sayla, Alec, and Morganix, you all go with some of the guards to take Douglas.
Douglas.
That was rough. Sorry, so many names.
Such a common name, Doug.
You go to take Douglas down to the underground cells near the Mother's Temple. Take him down, and you, as you are making your way down, it definitely is like, it looks like it was just carved through mud, and somehow the mud is staying put, and the bars aren't like, it's not like, steel or iron. They are just like tree branches and vines that are kind of curled together in this like lattice shape. And there are a few priestesses down here that, as you make your way down, You can see they sort of move their hands in front of the gate in a circular fashion, and the vines unravel. And then the guards toss Douglas in there, and then with another circular hand motion in the opposite direction, the vines re-solidify.
Before we leave, I just want Alec to just like stare him down through the vines for a very uncomfortably long time.
Okay. And he's not even looking out at the vines. He's just kind of curled up in the corner, just looking
I
at the
don't
wall.
care. I want him to feel my eyes on him.
Okay. Ready? You stare.
And then I'll leave.
Let him know you're there. And he knows. Alrighty. Sayla follows right behind you. Morganix, are you hanging out there, or are you heading back?
Oh, man. Do they have someone guarding him?
Yeah, they do. Plus, the priestesses are down here as well.
Okay. Going to say before I leave to them, we need him. Don't let anything happen to him. Please.
They both give you a nod.
Do I trust them?
Make an insight check.
Do I know the people? Like, do I recognize the people that are guarding?
Yeah,
Are they natives?
They would have been here when you were here with.
I bother rolling tonight.
Well, hey. Oh, well, I guess that was it. That was 2
I
things.
accidentally clicked it twice.
Yeah.
But do I know these people? If I'm like familiar with them, would Alec be able to have like?
Oh, yeah, they would have been here when you were here with Watana.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's just 2 people, or is there like a whole?
Well, the 2 priestesses down here, and then the 2 guards. They were
Okay.
guards who have been here as well. Like they were
Okay.
ones that you recognized from your first time in All
Alright.
Crossing. Well, as the 2 of you are leaving, the 2 guards that are there as you go to step away, there's one woman who is one of the 2 guards standing there. She says, I'm sorry, excuse me, as the 2 of you are just making your way away. And she says, I know that them retreating isn't necessarily a good sign, and they'll probably be back one day or another, but I just wanted to thank the both of you. And the man standing next to her on the opposite side of the bar says, yes, thank you. If you all weren't here, I don't know what would have happened. So thank you, and know that all of the mercies of the 9 divines and of all the gods, old and new, we wish safety and protection on you, because she kind of stops, and the man sort of picks up and says, we wouldn't be alive without you here. Not just you 2, but or you 3, but all 5 of you.
Alec kind of like turns a little red because she doesn't do this. Thank you for doing your job and believing in what we're fighting for. This is what is right. So we are merely doing what is right. So I thank you for your kind words. She kind of like looked at Morganix, like, was that the right thing to say?
Morganix nods in agreement.
Sayla goes, oh my god, can we cut this hero bullshit out? Let's go!
Alec will just kind of like fist to chest, nod, and leave.
Yeah.
They do the same to you awkwardly, neither one of them being natives to Efera, but they try their best to honor your things, and the 3 of you head out and head up back into the city of All's Crossing.
Can we go check on Cyrus?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. So, Cyrus, I would like to say, as you
Oh,
are
no.
asleep, hey, what are you doing? Get out of here. As you are asleep, your dream is uncomfortable. At first, it's not you don't see anything. It's just darkness, which is odd for you. Your dreams are typically very vivid, very intense, but this is just darkness, and you can feel yourself floating inside of it, just aimlessly wandering. And you begin to feel something, that same feeling that you had wandering in the void. You have that same feeling that you had when you were in that fight. The connection you felt, the weave interconnected between you and 14 and your companions, that connection. You can feel that in front of you.
While I can feel it, but it's darkness, does Cyrus realize, like, he's, like, lucid? Like, is he kind of in control of this right now?
Yeah, you feel very in control.
So, in his kind of, like, mind's eye, he's gonna kind of, like, try and lucid dream, like, reach out his hand and, like allow the kind of, like, weave, and just kind of reach to that feeling.
Okay. All right. So you stretch out and reach, and at first you feel nothing, but you continue to stretch and to reach, trying to feel for anything. And eventually you feel your hand grasp on to something. There is some solid structure that you can feel. Do you wish to pull yourself closer?
Apprehensively, yes.
Okay. So, you begin to pull yourself closer, and as you pull and bring yourself closer, you are thrust into not brightness, but light, at least, and you begin to see at least something. There are ruined buildings in front of you, broken, molded wood, fungus growing all over the ground around you, toppled buildings, dead trees, broken wood. Off in the distance, you can see a figure, laced in shadow, round a corner, almost running away from you.
I'd follow apprehensively. Like, not, like, kind of like a brisk walk.
Okay.
And kind of, like, call out saying, I don't mean you harm.
Brisk walk, chasing after it, at least trying to keep pace with it. You round the corner, and you can see it round another corner into an alleyway.
I'll turn down the alleyway.
Okay. Turn down the alleyway, and you can see it just barely, but it turns into a building. Sort of running, trying to get away from you. Do you follow it into the building?
Yes.
Okay. As you enter the building, you can tell that at one point in time this was an inn or a tavern of some kind. A large, common area, tables broken down and molded. A fire pit off into the corner, built around a chimney. A small performing area that is completely collapsed into the ground. You look around, but you see no figure. No one in here. Just you. Look around, moving, walking.
Cyrus would actually call out, not necessarily to the figure, but just kind of to himself and whoever's listening, and just say, what is the crown of chaos? What? Why do I wear it? Who are you? Where am I?
You can hear a small voice break out from a different room saying, I don't know. I wish I knew. And you can see, rounding a corner, a younger boy, maybe 9, 10 years old. Dark black hair, about down to his ears. Very handsome young boy. And you notice a small little birthmark. And then you start to catch the similarities. The two of you lock eyes, and you can see a you. Younger, definitely. But with pink, fleshy skin. No horns. It's you. Who are you?
I'm Zamir. I'm you.
The boy looks at you confused. But you can't be Zamir. I'm Zamir.
No, it's me. What? Watch. And like he'll try and cast Firebolt and just fuck it up.
I guess it is me. Why do you look like that?
I wish I could tell you. Perhaps you'll come to learn more than me. A 14. Does do you know a 14?
No, I don't know a 14.
How about Emerald? You must know him, surely.
I know Emerald, he's my teacher.
Yes, he's mine as well. Well, Emerald helps to. He wants us to control our gift, affliction, and kind of gestures to himself. This is the results.
But
I mean, if you ask me, I'm still very handsome.
But he said that me doing this would fix my affliction.
Oh, darling.
He said I would find something or someone in this place that would help me.
I'll be honest, my dear. I cannot help myself yet. It seems we are destined to find each other.
So, what am I supposed to do? He said that I couldn't come back until I found what was... I was in a chair, and there were things all around me, and then I fell asleep, and I woke up here.
What you do, you close your eyes and you think of that feeling, and you breathe. You allow it to take control, regardless of what Emerald says or what any of the others have said. You let it take control. Now, I know he's told you not to do this, but I assure you, the results are rather spectacular. Now, I'll be honest, I don't remember which one's about to happen to you, but there's been a lot of results. Now, if I remember, you reach out, you grab for that feeling of that twinge you feel, and you seize it, and it it will pull back rather hard, but it will pull you out of here, I assure you.
It will?
I mean, I reached out and it led me to you. It's time you reach out and see if it does the same.
All right. You see him close his eyes and inhale and hold and exhale and sort of stretch out his hands. And you can see that same tinging of color that happened all around you when you were in that fight begin to tinge all around him. And with a flash of multicolored energy, he's gone. And you can hear another voice echo all around the room. Well, I'm glad to see that you finally learned. It took you a while. But now you see. Cyrus, you dart around looking for an origin of that. You look around looking for an origin of that voice, but you find nothing. It is a voice with no body, just emanating from anywhere where there is a shadow in this room.
Shit. I would like that feeling for myself now. And reaches his hand out.
Oh, and you will have it. You already found it. You found it with me. You cannot escape me. You are still that scared little boy so many, many years ago. Cyrus, as he says that, the shadows in the room begin to extend like tendrils towards you, beginning to all consume, that darkness beginning to envelop. You focus, you feel for that twinge, that pull, and you pull back, and your eyes flash open, awake, as you are now back in All's Crossing. You open your eyes, and you are in the tavern, and you can see that Alec and Morganix have made their way into the room, and you jump awake, and Morganix and Alec, you see him jump and gasp awake.
Are you all right?
Wine.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, please. I'm too sober. This has been too long. I need wine.
I knew that wouldn't last long.
Is there wine in the room? Is there anything to drink in the room? Joe?
Not in the room, no.
Oh, okay.
Cyrus wouldn't be like his joking self. Like, he's freaked the fuck out. He would just be saying, wine.
I will go get some, and Alec will like awkwardly step out of the room and head downstairs to find wine.
Morgonix will go sit down next to Cyrus.
Okay. Alec, easy enough. You find some wine.
Can I just bring like a ridiculous amount?
Oh yeah, of course. You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like as much as her bare arms can carry.
Right.
She didn't know what the answer was.
4
This
gallons.
is it.
4 gallons of wine.
Awesome. That's
Yep.
what I want to bring like a whole like a cask upstairs.
That's a little bit more than 4 gallons, but yeah, you can go grab a cask. Sure.
I will literally grab a cask. Like just like one big ass picture to use as a cup.
All right. There you go.
Great.
You bring those up.
I'll kick open the door. I've brought wine. Drop it on the ground.
I don't even like say anything. I just kind of like stammer and grab like the nearest like drinking receptacle and just fucking down it. Like not even like stopping for a breath, just like full on like shotgunning wine.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, you crack it open, pour it in the pitcher, and you just begin to drink and drink and drink.
Was this a mistake?
I don't know.
Cyrus, are you gonna breathe and tell us what's going on?
He's still drinking. He just holds up one finger, like wine pouring down his chin, just one finger up.
Archered us? Oh my god.
Better. I've never. Excuse me. One moment. I'm good. I have never been close to death before. I heard a voice. Didn't know what that voice was. I've never met it. More wine. Carries on drinking.
A voice. You heard a voice.
Yeah, saw me as a kid before I was this. Oh, fuck. And then this voice spoke to me saying, I have found my salvation and it has found me and I will always be chaos. I don't fucking know. I don't know if it's the fact that I hadn't drunk or the fact that I, almost fucking died. Also, by the way, shit was cool. Did you see what I did to her? And he keeps drinking.
You were amazing. But, the voice, what, did it scare you, or did it seem reassuring?
I don't know. And that's the problem. I don't know. It seems to have found me. I don't know what that means. It wasn't Emerald, and it wasn't me as a boy. I don't. He just drinks.
Okay.
Maybe it is your God welcoming you home.
And he slams down the casket and says, I have no fucking God.
Alec is confused. Well, I will say, I'm glad that you are alive.
Me too.
I think what you did was extremely foolish, but I am happy that you are alive.
I am as well. I apologize for not being my usual chipper self. I am currently dealing with one fucking hell of a hangover that I have not experienced in quite some time. And, also, one, apparently, a god of chaos is like, what's up, my bro? And, the fact that almost died, I've had a pretty shit morning. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, you're entitled, I think, at this point.
Because of you, they have retreated. You've done
Oh
well.
shit, he actually did?
For
Yes.
some reason, yes.
Fucking hell, that spell worked?
You did that?
Oh yes, I simply invoked the winds of chaos, and I kind of like smirk, and I suggested he fuck off if I win.
When is that gonna wear off?
Oh, the moment I passed out.
Okay, then that doesn't make any sense.
What?
Well,
He's
Because
still not here.
he retreated after I had revived you. They released the
Did they
prisoner, and the army was grumbling. They didn't want to do it, but they gave us the prisoners back, one of whom you need to talk to later, and they retreated. And we have other information too, but maybe baby step you into it.
perhaps it was more than just a suggestion. I think that genuinely there is reason to celebrate. Every victory is a victory, no matter how small, and whether they left merely on suggestion or they are honoring some word or they are not quite ready for everything that we do have. We did well today. Cyrus, you did well.
You did.
Thank you. I, yeah, I tried to do the right thing.
And you did. You saved many lives today.
Do they know I live?
No. We're gonna have a talk about that on maybe letting them believe you didn't. I don't know what would be better, honestly, if they think you're fine or if they think you died.
I mean, only a fool would believe I would die, but I think it's a good ruse.
Suspend your bias for just a few minutes. We have a plant we found, and we're going to communicate false information. Maybe. Varnast is very unhappy with me over it.
No, he's a salty boy.
You're not wrong. And he's usually kind of upset with me, so it'll be okay. We all just want the best in very different ways. And I kind of look at Alec like, right?
She just nods.
There's also a girl downstairs, a teenager from, she was the one that helped Sayla and I, the one that Emeril had planted. She says he called her number 15.
I think if Cyrus was drinking, he'd kind of like stop and be like, so come again now?
He called her 15, and we're gonna call her Maya, but she's very keen to talk to you when you're up to it.
Shit. Okay.
There's also assassins coming in 3 days.
Fantastic. Great wake up, my guys. The next piece of good news. Tell me, is it my shipment have not shit wine has arrived? I made that up. I'm making a joke. I want good wine. I'm very sad right now.
Morgonix is just gonna look over at Alec like, oh my god, I don't even.
What time of day is it, Joe? Is it still like kind of like afternoon, I assume?
Well, at this point, yeah, it's probably 3, 4 o'clock.
Okay. How is Cyrus? Like, Cyrus, how are you? feeling? Do you think he needs to rest more?
I feel like I flew into a lake, hit the bedrock, and then exploded. So, not well.
Alright, I suggest that you stay here for the rest of the evening. And you do deserve a drink. That is true. But I don't think you should go far. We don't know truly if and when they'll be back. But if things change in a split moment, I would rather you be here where I know you're safe.
I'm fine with that. I'm in no mood for jests. If assassins come, I mean, I'll just I'll just fucking burn them. I am.
They're not coming for you.
Oh well, you should have said this is great news. And he drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, that means for you.
For Alec, for Varnast, and Nuala.
Good news for you, though, am I right, Morganis? And he offers her a drink.
Help me.
Commiserations, Alec. Although I'm sure you will quite literally tear someone in half. It's rather morbid, but I.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Drops.
And she like smiles.
Yes. Also, if if you could, my clothes must be filthy. If you could get one of the
Prestidigitation.
he looks around and oh my darling, and he like kind of hugs his little overcoat and says, "I'm so happy."
Oh God.
Well, I'm glad that you are feeling a little better.
Maybe you should eat something.
I agree.
I'll go see about that.
I am going to check in on the rest of the town. Cyrus, really stay in the inn, unless you're needed elsewhere. Organics.
He's like mid sip of wine. Goes, what?
She'll just nod at you. Organics, I'm gonna go just have a look around.
Okay, I'm gonna get him something to eat.
Okay. I'll also make sure Varnast is okay.
Okay. He's not happy, but...
Well,
he's not happy.
this is war. No one's ever really happy.
I'm not trying to upset anyone. I'm doing the best I can.
I understand. There are times where I let my emotions. I was very angry, and if you were not there, I probably would have killed him.
You have a right to be angry. What he did was horrible. But I can't help but see a human being who lost their family and was just desperately clinging at a false hope to get them back. I despise what he did, but I have sympathy for him, and I think maybe he can find redemption with us. I know you and Varnas think that's naive, but I have to believe it's possible for everyone.
I would much rather see him repay what he has risked all these people. He traded one life for so many. And he deserves... He's getting more than what he deserves, so I will say that I hope that he can find a way to redeem himself, and you're right. This is a tool that we must use.
Okay. Good luck with Varnast.
Alec will like half-ass smile at that and just kind of walk out.
Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty, so Morganix, as you head your direction, to go handle some things. Alec, you head off to go talk to Varnash, check on the rest of the town. Varnash still ever the persistent eagle eye out on the horizon, and Cyrus drinking it up, trying to get past whatever the fuck you heard and whatever the hell you saw in whatever the hell that was.
Didn't like that.
As all of you sort of split off
No.
in your separate directions.
No.
For once, we will end tonight's session on not a super high, crazy intensity note.
No.
Vardas is gonna yell at me.
I had so much fun with the rest of the episode. Dang it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
not high tension at all.
Yeah, well, it's a high emotional tension as opposed to a high physical tension, which is also good. But alrighty, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. Yeah, be back here next week to see all these emotional conflicts. And who knows, maybe we'll see some assassinations, or maybe we'll prevent some assassinations. Check it out next week. Whoa, okay, bye. Farewell, thank you for watching. Bye.
Alex Silverfoot is an